Hey folks, how's it going? Yeah, we're out on a hunt today. I'm gonna head back to the place that I call Broken Shoe Ranch. I found a lot of broken shoes there, and I want to see what else is there. It's rained pretty heavily, quite a few times, so that settles the ground down real nice that I like. So we'll get in there and see if we can't find some more elusive targets. I haven't found any buttons, and make sure I'm going the right way. The woods has grown up pretty good now, so it doesn't take long for the woods to grow up, that's for sure. It gets congested with a lot of spiders. Well, I got a lot of iron out, and I want to see if I can find more elusive stuff. Buttons, coins, maybe jewelry, stuff like that. So, oh, spidey webs. Got my brand new shovel all ready to go. Make sure we're on track here. Yeah, this looks like the same area. Alright, so I'll see you when we get there. Okay, I'm here. And let me give you a rundown real quick. That is where the house sat, right there. In front of that was the barn. Over there's the well. Over there's one of their privies. Here was another privy that I had dug. The whole backyard is congested with just trash and debris and iron and objects. This is the back of the house, the business end. I say business end because this is where they would have done all their plowing and working, and maybe they had fence lines for horses and cattle and stuff like that. So I have a lot of territory here that I haven't covered yet. I've only gone around the house and around the barn, in the well and stuff like that, just to figure out which was which is the house, which was the barn. Well, I figured that out last time I was here. The barn burnt down. I don't know when. I guess if we dug down, we could find some datable material in that burn layer and figure out a date of when. But I suspect it was probably in the 20s or 30s. This place did not survive after the 30s. I don't find anything from the 40s, nothing from the 50s. So, yeah, I have found some 1860s and 70s stuff, so it may date back to that time period or before the Civil War, which I suspect it does. I believe it was a log cabin as a main house structure and as a barn, so it's a pretty old site. The one privy I dug had early 1900s up to the 1920s bottles in it, and that was it. The other privy that I dug out had absolutely nothing in it, and I have one more spot where I think there might be another privy. I still yet have to bring my probe in here and check out the rest of the property to see if they have more privies, which I'm sure they do somewhere. But anyways, I'm going to drop the detector and get started. I wanted to show you how I do my shovels. So what I do is I go to Lowe's and I buy one of these long shovels, these root kind of shovels, and I cut it off 9 inches from there to there. When I stick that in the ground, I know it's going down 9 inches, and I put little check marks on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 check marks. That lets me know how deep I am, basically. I cut the handle off of it, I drill a hole through it, and I put a loop so I can carry it. Keep it nice and short and sharp on all 3 sides. Very, very sharp. This will go down and cut these roots without skipping off. Chop them right in half. And they make beautiful holes. And I didn't spend $200 on it for some, metal detecting shovel. I don't know, people do that. It's a shovel. It digs dirt, you know, as long as it works for you. I don't like the shovels that metal detectors make. I forget the names of them. They're too fancy. They're heavy. They're solid steel, and most of them have the spade type end, which is useless in the woods anyway. So I make my own. Anyways, I'm going metal detecting. I'll see you out there. Going that way. Okay, so the house sat right up there, just like that. And there's their privy right there, closest to the house. You come back a little bit further, and guess what? Another privy. Possibly an older one. So we'll have to come back and dig this out. If I have time later on, I'll dig it out. They had stone. They had stone lined up over here, kind of like a makeshift. Might be the outhouse building itself. So we'll see. Lots of stone. It's a big structure right here. Comes out to here, and then comes back over. So I guess you can come in here and you can change your clothes and stuff, and then go over here and use the loo. Might be other ones over here too, I don't know. Just searching around, finding lots of iron. I think we got our first button here at this spot. There it is right there. Can we tell how old it is, maybe? Let's see if we can shine it up a little bit. I don't know. This one's gonna need more cleaning. Let's see. I'm not getting anything off that. If I can find some thorns, which there might be a thorny tree around here somewhere, I'll clean that up a little bit, but for now we got a button. It looks like a coverall button. It's got that wide shank on the back, so yeah, workers button. Right here next to the privy. Right there. Yep. See? Now, I got a big screaming 40 signal right here, but it might be just modern trash. There is some modern trash in here. Let's see if we can find it. It's not very deep, and that's what makes me believe. Yeah, it slices right through those. Beautiful shovel. Goes right through those roots. Is it going to be modern? Well, it's a 40 signal, which is interesting. It's a screamer too. Well, it's not modern. It's a piece of copper. I don't know what that went to. I don't know. That has some age to it, but I don't know what that is. Something to something. That's the 40 right there. Oh yeah, screaming. Lots of ravines out here. Maybe they did some dumping. Also, I found another little stone structure and mule shoe, and there's some iron on the ground. It's banding. There's a piece there and there's a piece there, and the house sat over there. Well, I found another iron dump. I don't know what that went to. Something, but there's lots of iron in here. I go after those right there, the overloads.
It's all scrap iron over here, but there might be some decent stuff. We'll have to excavate this area sometime. Right in front of this little wood, stone pile, loaded, full of iron. And of course, I'm searching for buttons, and buttons are in the same range as shotgun shells. And I've already dug 3 of them. I suspect I'm gonna have a lot more by the time the day is over. This one sounds like one too, but also could be a button. So you gotta look. It's not revealing itself to me, wherever it is. Alright, we'll have to throw. Oh, detector's saying it's right in here. It is a button, look at that. That's why you dig shotgun shells. I think it's a button. No, it's a shotgun shell. Darn it. Yeah, Tomback buttons look almost identical, and they ring up pretty close. And so don't all the other buttons. Shotgun shell. Yup. Bummer on that one. We'll find them. Looks like an old lever off of like a McCormick or John Deere or some kind of old, maybe like a sickle or something like that. Yeah, that would be one of your handles to engage things. Yup. Lower them down, raise them up. Lower them down, raise them up. Now those are odd, very odd to find in the middle of the woods. And there's really, the only dirt you see is over there, built up a little bit right there. And maybe a little bit on the sides, but not too much. Looks like somebody dug a hole, put the dirt over there. But if you don't see any pottery and everything in it, then it probably is not a privy. Might have just been a water spout for cattle or something. Beautiful woods. I'm coming, the house sat right there, just like that. Coming up this way, I'm working my way to the high ground, which is always the best thing to do. Go to the high ground and see what's up there, and search along the way, because you never know. People like high ground. So you can see it from this perspective. There's where the hole was dug, and here's where the dirt is. I put my detector over it just to see if there was anything in it, and sure enough, there's something in it. I don't know what it is yet. It's thin and iron. Looks like a teapot or watering can or something like that. Oh yeah, that's super thin. Yeah, that's what I would call that. Well, maybe not. I don't know. It's a little bit too thin to be a water spout. That's pretty thin. I don't know. I guess it could have been. A strange attachment, if it was. Let's see if I can bang that off a little bit. Get a better look at that end. Yeah, it looks solid. No telling on that one. I don't know. No telling. It's old. Broken Shoe Ranch lives by its name. There's another one. It's a mule shoe. Yeah, out in the middle of the woods you can find evidence of a farmer's bad day. A piece that broke off something, probably irritated him, something fierce. He probably threw a fit. It dropped and there it stayed until I just found it. Whatever it is. Oh, could it be another shotgun shell? Or is it a button? It's another shotgun shell. Look at that. I should make my living finding shotgun shells, cleaning up the hunter trash. You ever been in the woods and smelt a bear? Yeah. They're very, very musty and sour smelling. And I smell a bear. I was on a hike one time up in New York, and this is a funny story too, and I'll share it with you. My father-in-law, well, yeah, we'll just say that, gave me a hiking book, and it was, I think it was like 15 years old or something like that. So, me, being me, you know, I'm looking at these trails, and then I'm looking at satellite imagery and stuff. I'm like, yeah, I want to go walk that trail. I took my wife with me at the time, and oh my goodness, it wasn't even a trail anymore. It was woods. And we're walking through, it was much like this, but it was very boggy. There was a lot of water bogs in the ground and stuff, so swampy. And we're walking down this trail in the middle of the woods, out in the middle of nowhere, far away, just having a good time, talking and enjoying nature, and we smelt a bear. Sure enough. The smell's going away, so I think it's going away. Best thing to do is stand still and talk confidently. Let them know you're here. Yeah. Alright. Gotta go hunting. See. Yep, number 5. Some of these could be quite old, but I dig them and I pull them out of the woods. You're welcome, hunters. Will this be another shotgun shell, or will it be a button? Oh, it's a shotgun shell. Yep. Well, finally, this one sounds pretty promising. I'll have you listen. It's got a little cancellation going on in it, but that means it could be iron. Let's take a peek. Oh, I love this shovel. Like butter. Slices right through that. It was only 4.5 inches deep, so most likely gonna be right in here. Well, I'm not seeing much iron color in there. And I'm actually not seeing anything. Didn't sound small. Well, we're gonna have to check it, aren't we? Let's get out one more scoop. Oh, I can feel it. Yeah, it's iron, isn't it? Yeah, it's iron. It was down below. Oh, it's a water valve. Yeah, that's the spigot handle right there. Crude, look at how old that is. That would have turned a valve on and off in there. I think. Probably. Yeah, that's what that is. It's an old valve to something. Could be an automobile part or a tractor part. That's what it looks like. Now it's pretty crude. That's an older one. They broke their part and they tossed it in the woods. The house sits over that way about 40 yards, yeah. Yep. Now something big and irony. Maybe we found another axe. Let's see what's in there. Yep. Well, that's iron. What is it? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, that's a sickle. That's a sickle blade shaft is what that is. You got some of the sickle parts on there still. Yeah, old farming tool, cutting down the hay. Nice loud one here. Let's get in there and find it. Dig it up. There's no telling. It might be modern trash. It's a 60. Could be another fruit or pudding top. Or it could be something decent. You just never know. It's gonna be deeper yet. Deeper. It's a pretty loud signal to have it deeper. Unless it's a mason top. Alright, yeah, we're gonna have to check it. There's no way it was 8 inches deep. I'm not seeing anything. Maybe it's small. Well, let's check it real quick. Says it's right in here. Oh, I got it. Huh. What in the world is that thing? Boy, that was ringing up loud. It's pewter, it looks like. It had writing on it. I could see some letters up there. Pewter, something pewter. Had a little hole in it at the top. I don't know, maybe a spoon or fork or something handle. Solid pewter, man, that's why that was so loud. Pewter's nice. Nice signals. That looks like an old door handle. Yeah. It looks like a door handle to me. Nice big shard of glass came up. But that's not what I went after. No. Don't tell me that's real. Did you just see me pull that out of there? Don't tell me that's real. That's a spear point. Always at these old home sites, I find these old spear points. I don't know if they went around and collected them off their site. Yep, that's what that is. Wow. That thing could be a couple thousand years old right there. That's a beauty, not even broken. Look at that. And that's a nice sized spear point right there. Beautiful. Very, very crude, but effective. That would put some hurting on you, that's for sure. Wow. We'll put that in the bag. Did not expect that. We got an iron object in here somewhere. Deeper? I don't think it's much deeper. Well, it's iron. I'll scan it again and show you if it's anything decent. That's a big hinge. That's something you put on a big barn door right there. That's an interesting piece of copper right there, all bent. It's got a sharp point on it. I don't know what would have a sharp point like that on it. No telling. That looks like an old knife or something. Or some kind of shaving blade. Big one though. I don't know what you would shave with something like that. Interesting. Now we got another little buttony thing. Try to keep it in the sun. Maybe it's a rivet. Yeah, that doesn't feel like a rivet. Maybe it went into a piece of leather or something as a stud decoration or something. I don't know. But we found it. Let's keep going. Keep looking. Yeah. Some kind of old leather buckle. Very, very primitive looking. Yeah. Another broken mule shoe. How many shotgun shells do you think I'll find by the end of my hunt? 10? 12? 15? 17? 20? Keep counting. Actually, I've dug a couple that I haven't showed you yet, so that might be a hint too. Oh, what are we gonna get here? It was ringing up about a 50-ish. It didn't have much of an iron signal to it, which means there's probably not a whole lot of iron around it, but there was some, so it could be iron. Get that root out of there. There we go. Of course, there's another root in there. Oh, what's that? What do we get? What is it? Scrap iron, that's what it is. That's why it was giving me that funky signal. Yeah, probably a bucket or a can or something. Another broken shoe. Another mule shoe, too. It is rocky country. But my goodness. What number are we on? 8 or 9? Gotta dig them to find the buttons. Hunter trash. You know your detector's tuned in when you can find little tiny things like that in iron infested ground. Yeah, it's a rivet. Something to something. First time I had to use my axe. I sharpened my axe. I'm glad too, because you know there's some hefty roots in there for sure. Chunk of iron. I don't know what that went to. It's interesting shape. Find a lot of that at these old sites. It's part of an old stovetop lid. Hey, we found a little friend. The box turtles come out. It's okay to pick these guys up. You can pick these guys up and say hi to them and, you know, stuff like that. But don't take them out of their territory. They will die. Leave them right where you found them. Put them right back where you found them. Let them know we're friendly and walk away. That's a box turtle. Yeah. I'm inside the barn. This is where the barn sat. Nice hand forged piece of whatever. Yeah. I don't know if the farmer did that or if he had someone do it. See that end just curled right around it. Yeah. Nice. Looks like a leather to chain link. Yeah. This stuff hasn't seen the light of day in over 100 plus years. Yeah, that's a nice little relic right there. Might have been leather on leather strap, but I'm thinking they had like a steel O-ring there, steel ring, leather attached here, steel ring there. Oh, that's interesting. Just came out of the barn. Looks like some kind of top. Maybe go over a jar or something, I don't know. It's interesting. It might have been like a dashboard to an old car or something with a gauge in it or something, who knows. Right where the steering wheel went. Maybe it went this way. And that told you how fast you were going. I don't know. Hey, look. It's another one. Just hanging out. Box turtle. That one's a little bit bigger. There's a nice old one right there. Look at that. Look at that. I mean, that's why they broke right there. He didn't change them out in time. They wore right out. Broken Shoe Ranch. Another stovetop. Right on the back side of this fireplace right here. Well, let's take a few minutes and dig this out. It's awful suspicious looking, like a privy, and it lines up with the other one. This one could be the older one, if it is. And there's a lot of stone around it, so we'll dig down and take a peek, see what it's all about. And I'm gonna say no. Just some kind of feature. Some kind of odd feature. Absolutely nothing coming out of it. And it's very, very rocky down there. Might just be a pile of stone that sank in a little bit. Nice little surface find. It looks like it might have been a lantern. The top. That's a wick piece, just a small one. Yeah. Nice old glass stopper that popped up right here. Nice. It's not what I'm looking for. I had some kind of signal down there. Lots of rocks. I might have to dig at that one for a little bit. Just a chunk of iron. Some kind of coppery piece, has a little bit of design on it. Some iron rivets in it. Looks like part of an old toe tap. Another old broken shoe at the Broken Shoe Ranch. That's an odd looking piece. I'd almost say hand forged, but it has this indentation in it. Nice big old single tree hitch. You find lots of these. Broken and worn out. That's what's left of a very old pocket knife. They usually split apart like that. Iron. Very old, yeah. Got a nice little antique hoe. If people still use them, I don't know. Or decoration. It's in pretty good shape. I'm inside where the house is, and I just thought I'd excavate down a little bit and just to see what kind of stuff we get down there. This is the layer where the house would have been sitting on, right there. And of course, this is all the new layer from when the house has been gone. These trees dropping. There's some broken bottles. They either fell through the boards when the house came down, or they were thrown underneath the house. A little bit of pottery too. And I did find a nice little rectangular nail too, so that was probably in something when it came down. That's why it's still straight. If it was bent, it would have been discarded. Yep, that's what we get right there. Sift through it and see what there is. Some more pottery. It's a good way to find things that your metal detector cannot find. Information. A lot of glass. See, there's not a lot of nails. I found one nail so far. Alright, let's keep detecting. I just thought that would be interesting to see down in there. See the layers underneath this home. It's not very deep, about 4 inches. We got a chunk of lead. I'll tell you what I'm going to do with all of my lead at the end of this video. Here's a nice signal. I'll have you dig with me. Probably fruit cup or pudding top. But let's hope for a coin or something nice and non-ferrous. Yeah, I love these shovels. They just have so much power. You can slice through stuff and you can wedge back on stuff really, really hard. Not much is going to stand in the way of this shovel, that's for sure. Probably up in here, as loud as that signal was. Oh, hey, look at that. Wow. Yeah, I have been finding some, like right there. Yeah, somebody came out here in the 80s. Yep. A little bit of modern trash. That's like my third bottle top out of here, so not too bad. Yeah, we got something out of that hole. I don't know what this is yet. It's just melted trash or what? Get you situated there. Let me get my brush real quick. Let's see what we get here. That looks interesting. Soft. That is lead. That's a very, very mushed bullet. Yeah, that's what I'll call it. Very mushed bullet. That thing is so soft. Yeah, it's lead. We'll keep it. Oh, no telling on that one. I don't know. Broke pretty good though. Well, that's nice. Big old spoon. Pewter. There's a nice spoon. Did y'all ever find a pewter spoon? There's one right there. Got a heart shape on the bottom of it. Look at that. It's nice. It's been used. That's a big spoon. I save all my pewter. Yep, just like I do with my lead. Are you keeping track? 'Cause there's another one. Another railroad spike, and there's no railroad around here. Must have used these in his barn or something. Well, that concludes my fun for the day. Yeah, wow. A lot of targets in there. A lot of iron targets in there. Just everywhere, non-stop. Those older sites, you know, that's what you get. You get that iron. 'Cause that's what they had. They don't seem to have had lots of money. They had a little bit of money. Probably just enough to live by and get by. But, you know, not expensive stuff coming up. The pewter spoon back in the day, that would have been semi-common in the early mid, even a little bit later, 1800s. Pewter would have been common. And those were nice, of course. They're better than the iron. iron spoons that they would have had and stuff. Of course, those things would be a nightmare to try to keep clean. So, well, you know, I did find a spear point. Fabulous spear point. Very primitive looking. Out here in the middle of the woods. You know, the story behind that I've noticed. These older sites, especially the colonial sites, and even the early to mid 1800s sites, there were, you know, these landowners that came in and they started plowing and they started tearing down the woods and, you know, creating their fields and stuff. And sure enough, they found arrow points, they found axes, they found all that stuff, and you know, played with it. Maybe gave it to their kids or something, and you know, they ended up getting lost back out in the woods. I found them in privies too, so somebody playing with them in a privy, and oops, they get dropped. But anyway, so yeah, it's me again. I'm back. I just like talking to you, you know? It's fun. Anyways, you know, as many times as I come in the woods, it's interesting that I don't see snakes like I used to. I used to see snakes all the time. And as you're walking, you want to watch these very bright spots where the sun is coming down. So that's where they're going to be warming up. But I don't see any anymore. It's strange. Well, anyways, let me tell you what I'm going to do with my lead. So I have a box full of lead at home. A lot of lead. Modern bullets down to the 1800's. Just lead, 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 lead. Big pieces, small pieces, scrap pieces, you name it. My wife and I, we homeschool our children. And one of the things that I'm teaching them right now is how to make pottery with nothing more than the clay in your backyard. So we dug a hole, nice deep hole, and we pulled out the clay, and we've had our clay soaking for a couple days, creating a slurry. We've drained off some water. You know, every time that water clears up on the top and that silt settles, we drain it off, and then we drain it off. Today, this morning, I set that bucket out in the sun so it can dry up a little bit more so we can actually get to playing with it. What I'm gonna do with my girls, of course, they're gonna create little bowls and stuff, you know. And I showed them my Native American pottery that I've found in the past and what it looks like and how we need to fire it. But what I'm doing, I'm gonna create a lead relic seeker coin. And more like a token. I'm going to use the pottery to basically create a die, a cast for my lead, and it's going to say Relic Seeker on it. Maybe the date, I don't know. And every old home site I visit, I'm going to drop off a lead Relic Seeker coin or token. Just giving something back to the next hunter that comes through. Lead sounds really nice, and especially a big chunk of lead. And it's going to say Relic Seeker on it. So whoever searches behind me is going to end up with my token. I've been there. Yeah. I figured I got to do something with my lead. Why not do that? The lead prices for turning it in and stuff, it's not even worth turning in. There's really no price on lead. Lead is in abundance. So, but that's what I'm doing. Comment if you think that's a good idea or not. I think it's a good idea. Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Yeah, I watch other metal detectorists and stuff, and people with like 30,000 to 50,000 to 60,000 viewers, subscribers, and they're still complaining about people not subscribing to them. And I have 331 subscribers. I need more. Subscribe. This is like another job. It's like a full-time or part-time job. Keep things going, you know. Anyways, let me get out of here. I'll see you at the motorcycle. Ah, I made it. I'm here. Alright. Let me get situated and I'll show you how many shotgun shells I found. I hope you kept track. Okay. In my search for the elusive buttons at this place, and they are elusive because I'm really not getting any, I found 2, sorta. Let me show you what I got. Now, first, I have to give credit to this thing right here, because that is one heck of a spear point. That's going to go in my collection of spear points. I have quite a few now, just from metal detecting, from digging holes, you find them. We have this that might have been a cuff link or some kind of button. Don't know. And that's our only solid button right there. And it's a coverall button, probably from the 20s or the teens. Some piece of pewter, looks like has a little bit of stamping on it. Looks like numbers to me, I don't know. And here's another piece of pewter that we got. Nice spoon. Never found one with the heart shape on it like that. Should be able to get a date off of that, and I'll let you know if I do. And some scrap lead, which is always nice. We got that glass stopper, which is broken, but that would have been a really nice stopper. Fancy. And our shotgun shells. Now, every single time I go into a location, no matter how many times I've searched that location, I come out with a handful of shotgun shells. So let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did you guess 15? If you did, great for you, bad for me, because that's a lot of shotgun shells in one area. Imagine what 20 acres of land has on it. This might have been maybe 100 yards square that I searched today. 15 shotgun shells plus the handful that I pulled out the other 2 times that I came here. So imagine what, 20 acres looks like from hunters. Just disgusting, it is. And that's not even counting the shells, the brass shells and the bullets and the lead and everything else they fired. Yeah. Anyways, beautiful day for hunting. Got out there, looked around. You saw what I pulled up. I pulled up a lot of other iron pieces, stuff that wasn't camera worthy. Just a nice time to get out and recheck that spot. Moving on to bigger and better things. I do have a site coming up, 1830's, and it was a doctor's house, so there could be nice medicine bottles on there and relics, and they had some money. So the house is long gone. That one's going to be nice permission. Can't wait to get in there and check that one out. And I have a early to mid 1800s schoolhouse that I still need to get to. It's just really far away. I went and checked it out one day in the rain. Completely searchable. I just need to go back and search it. So some funky bugs making noises behind me. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next time.